I'd like to talk about anti-aging and also back aging. When it comes to anti-aging, I think it's a term that many of you hear quite often. Strictly speaking, anti-aging is actually prevention.
I had this impression that anti-aging meant rejuvenation, or something along those lines, you know? But it's not that, it's about prevention.
Actually, anti-aging isn't a term that's used all that much in English. Even though it sounds like an English word, there's a Japanese translation or expression that equates anti-aging with rejuvenation. But if you're talking about rejuvenation, I think back aging is the more accurate term for it. Running a regenerative medicine clinic, I often get asked, can I look 5 years younger or can I look 10 years younger? So that's why I decided to make this video today.
You've just explained the difference between anti-aging and back aging, but first, could you tell us about the definition of anti-aging? What exactly does anti-aging refer to? Could you start by explaining that?
When it comes to the definition of anti-aging, it's a bit difficult, but basically it's prevention, to put it simply in one word. So I'd like to talk about what can be done in terms of prevention for the whole body. I think things like antioxidation and anti-glycation are key. Basically, it's about preventing illness or stopping further aging and things of that nature. Of course, there are areas where anti-aging and back aging overlap, but antioxidation is about preventing the body from rusting, and anti-glycation is about preventing the body from charring. Also, I think the biggest factor is improving one's lifestyle habits. There's really a lot of information out there about this already, but diet, sleep, and exercise habits are what lead to disease prevention and long-lasting health. And more recently, the intestinal environment is also considered important, like good bacteria. Generally speaking, anti-aging means preventing illness and extending one's healthy life expectancy.
So instead of anti-aging equaling rejuvenation, it's better to think of it as not getting older, right?
Yes, exactly. It's really about making sure our health lasts for a longer time.
Next, could you please take a moment to tell us, in your own words, about what exactly is meant by the definition of back aging?
This is exactly what rejuvenation is. Like when people ask, can I look 5 years younger or 10 years younger? Making things better than they are now is what back aging is all about. A typical example that's easy to understand at a glance would be cosmetic treatments. So in terms of definition, I think that's the difference.
When it comes to anti-aging and this idea of reversing the aging process, what kinds of medical treatment methods can actually be performed effectively?
I think it's best to have both, after all. Of course, you'll get better than you are now, and that good condition will last. I think that would be the absolute best state to be in. First, speaking of something familiar, I think supplements would be a good example. For instance, there are antioxidant supplements like vitamin C, and also rejuvenation supplements like NMN. I think these are things that are relatively easy for everyone to try. But supplements are, as the name implies, meant to supplement what's missing. So I think they're a bit different from medical treatment. What's interesting, following on from that, is that anti-aging drugs have been getting a lot of attention lately. If you're wondering what they are, a representative example would be a drug called metformin. This is actually quite famous, but it's an old drug for diabetes. As for why it's so famous, diabetic patients taking metformin actually lived longer.
They lived longer than non-diabetics even though they had diabetes.
People wondered why, and it became a very closely watched drug. It's been researched quite a bit, and it said that it might actually remove senescent cells. Now, there's other very interesting research on diabetes drugs, like SGLT2 inhibitors, which are relatively new diabetes medications. Since these might also have the potential to remove senescent cells as candidates for senolytic drugs, they are currently being researched. Also, in terms of killing cells, so to speak, there are anti-cancer drugs. Maybe anti-cancer drugs can also control senescent cells. Whether as senolytics or xenomorphics, they've emerged as candidates and are being researched in various ways. I think these are more on the anti-aging side of medicine, but speaking of medicine more on the back-aging side, as I mentioned before, there are aesthetic treatments that change the physical structure, like plastic surgery, removing spots, or removing wrinkles. I think those are good because patients can see the results instantly. Many people might associate back-aging mostly with aesthetic treatments. However, what I would recommend most is, well, there's no point in only looking younger. Unless you change from the inside out, I don't think rejuvenation really means anything. In that sense, I think regenerative medicine is a very good treatment. For back aging, just because you had stem cell or exosome therapy, There's no data saying you're 5 years younger, to be honest. But there's something interesting lately called the epiclock test. It's a bit complicated, but basically you take blood, look at the genes, and there are tests like that to measure your biological age. By combining those things, for example, checking how much your biological age has rejuvenated after such treatments is emerging as a new approach. Regarding back aging, first, there's back aging that actually requires medical treatment. A common example is menopause. And while there's female menopause, male menopause has also been gaining attention recently. In reality, it's a situation where symptoms are present. To improve these conditions, hormone replacement therapy is, to be precise, a treatment that's even covered by insurance. When this is treated properly, patients feel physically rejuvenated, don't they? So first, for things lost due to aging or things that have decreased, medically supplementing them, I think such treatments are one option. Beyond that, there is also what is known as back aging, which is for those who do not feel any specific symptoms. In this particular area, stem cell therapy and regenerative medicine are considered to be quite effective. As I mentioned earlier, if menopausal symptoms progress, it leads to a condition called frailty. Frailty is when physical activity levels decline, meaning it's a state of physical aging. But for this condition of frailty, the efficacy of stem cells has been noted in research papers. The core effect of stem cell therapy is its ability to repair tissue and suppress inflammation. These are factors truly related to aging. Repairing these areas using the power of cells, and in terms of restoring cellular power, I think this is what back aging is all about.
So by performing regenerative medicine, it has the effect of bringing about back aging from the inside of the body, but can we also obtain effects on the outward appearance at the same time?
Well, speaking in terms of stem cell treatments, it's possible to inject stem cells into the face, which can lead to wrinkle removal and improve skin texture as reported, so I think it works for wrinkles and skin quality too.
Today's video's take-home message. Here is the summary.
Regarding anti-aging, I think the elements of preventing aging and extending healthy life expectancy are strong. As for back aging, while it includes medical aspects, it's about restoring bodily functions and rejuvenating further. That's the difference. From lifestyle habits to medical treatments, there are various options, but choosing according to your own symptoms and desires will be important in the coming era. If today's video was very helpful, or if you found it interesting, please give it a like and subscribe to the channel. Also, if you have any questions at all about today's video, I would really appreciate it if you could please leave a comment down below. Thank you very much for joining.